Hello, welcome. I forgot to connect one of the cords. Where are you, cords? Where are you? Okay, sorry for that. Uh, I need to get up very quickly, 1 second. Okay, it should be better now. Yeah, and I'm doing something like that, and my setup is ready. Hello. So it's the Night Talk with Romantic Developer, 231st issue, and we started. And let me check the sound. Okay, sound is good. The next step, we start the stream command from my open source utilities for YouTubers, and not only for YouTubers. In that case, it's just start my live chatbot, which you can set up for your own needs, and also live transcription service, which part of that live chatbot. So it's a hey everyone into the chat. Chatbot is here. It's basically default one. Probably we need to work on that as well. So it would be all time. Hello, dear streamer and viewers. Have a nice night. And let's see if it will work for us. Oh, my whisper started, even I specified I'll talk English, it started with some Chinese characters, but we know that, okay, let's see. My chatbot received message and
Hello, dear streamer and viewers. Have a nice night.
okay, and I heard it, so maybe I just slightly improve my sound, volume up, okay, now it should be fine. So I made sure that I will not miss any of your messages if you write me into the chat during the stream, because sometimes, sometimes I could miss something from you. So let me think about if I need all of those. Probably I could close this one. Okay. Okay, we can switch to my desktop view. Let's see, like this. Okay, and we are in my cloud, and it's not in cloud, but it's, oh, actually it's also in WSL. Yeah. Do we have anything like status here? No. But we have command ls, which will not work in normal machine. So I mean in Windows machine. Sorry, new normal Windows, and it means that our WSL is still healthy, and it show our local YouTube helper Python folder. Okay, so I think what we will do, probably we can switch back to our news and just check if there are any new news. Normally there are no new news on, on Sundays. So normally new news come after Monday. But let's see, maybe someone strange release something really fresh. And we will say that, so today somewhere is March 3 already, March 3rd. So let's search for Mart search, and of course we create new chat, create search capabilities, search one. In that case, it would be just ChatGPT 4, I believe. Oh no, ChatGPT o3 mini high. Let's do the same search query. And here we can just create new chat and click deep research. New chat, click deep research, and the same news. It will do deep research about those news. Next, Grok. Hello, Grok. And for the Grok, let's try to create new chat. Let's sync and do that. And let's just check DeepSeek. I probably it still doesn't work. I'm human after all. I'm a human. I made mistakes. Don't blame on me, DeepSeek. Let's try on DeepSeek. DeepSeek, for some reason, for me, doesn't work with internet search anymore. Maybe it's not only with me, maybe it's with everyone. Okay, so you see it have some issues with search. By the way, what if I'll stop it and remove DeepSync, start new chat, and just do search? Will it do the same? It should do, it's much quicker now, probably. No, it will not be syncing, but it should search in. Okay. Yeah, search service is temporarily unavailable. Okay, it says where to search for news on Archive, on Google News, on OpenAI blog, and on some websites like Weird, Verge, Crunch, and some blogs. Okay, so let's return to ChatGPT 4.5, which could be interesting in some areas, yes, which could be interesting in some areas. So let's check that very quickly. Zippo AI secures 137 million in funding, and Zippo AI, it's okay, especially with the merge. Zippo AI plan to utilize these funds to enhance GLM language, large language model, and expand its AI ecosystem, particularly somewhere zone. So it looks like it's everything in China. Oh yeah, Chinese AI startup. Interesting. So okay. Honor introduced AI agent capable of screen interaction. At the Mobile World Congress 2025 in Barcelona, Honor unveiled the Honor UI agent, AI system that can understand and interact with device graphical user interface, perform tasks such as booking restaurant tables without relying on external API, using multimodal screen context recognition. So I couldn't say it's innovation because we already have operator in OpenAI which can do exactly the same. Probably it's not very well injected into mobile app. I haven't tried, but okay. I couldn't call it I couldn't call it like breakthrough. AI's growing influence in Hollywood amidst Oscar nomination. The inclusion of AI-assisted films like Brutalist and Emilia Perez in Oscars has sparked discussion about AI role in film. Okay. What about actors? Anthropic CEO predicts superintelligence AI by the next year. Co-founder of CEO AI startup Anthropic, and it's in Times, and it's March 1st. Okay. Let's believe him. So we will have super intelligent by end of the next year, and it could mean end of humanity. Who knows? OpenAI launched GPT 4.5 with enhanced accuracy. Thank you, ChatGPT 4.5 about that beautiful news. What about O3 Mini? It think about 5 seconds. It start with GPT 4.5. Okay. Oh, come on. It's news more than months old. Okay. Okay. So we see its operator more than once. It's AI agent for web automation. Uh, of course. It's not recent news. O3 Mini High. What are you doing? Is it? Oh, we need to answer a few questions here. So let me make a sip of the coffee. Most important from range March 1st, March 3rd. Not more than 10, not less than 3. Technical advancements, but less of policy charges and ethical discussions. Okay. Start research. Let's go to Grok. It thinks for 4 minutes. Come on. Mostly for 4.5. And it's without deep search. Interesting. 15 web pages, 3 posts. So, OpenAI blog. Really? Is it good link? No, it's bad link. Why? Because Orion is internal name. Of course, probably they have something in OpenAI index. And if you look into the news introducing GPT 4.5, February 27, and no internal name. No internal name. And if you go back to the news and look on other news, so we don't see anything from March. Yes, even if we do like all, yeah, previous news would be only from February 12th. Yeah, let's see. I don't like how they organize their news. It's very hard to see what are the really latest news because they, yeah, classify into several categories. But Grok 3, come on, it's not proper link. And I asked, short, please check if the source exists and accessible. By the way, you are still good, but come on. Grok 3 to rival ChatGPT. It's older. Is it proper news? No. Is that bad page? Okay. It's what we say about hallucination. February 3. Okay. We will not look into that. March 1st. Okay. Meta Llama 4 boost open source AI. What is Llama 4? Let's search on TechCrunch. Something for Llama. Found 233 results. And as you see, of course, what is that? Print. Cancel. Let's try to search Llama 4. Of course, it would be GPT-4. And new and more efficient Llama model would be 3.3. Yes, we know about it, but where is 4? Okay, Grok, thank you very much. Thank you very much for those news. Okay, Google DeepMind word simulation models target AGI. January, Washington Times. I don't believe that news is exist. No. Okay. Of course, it's all sounds very legit, all our sounds very legit, but is it anything from it is real news? I'm doubted. Of course, AGI timeline debate intensify. It's of course true, but come on, come on. So many fake news. Grok 3. Hello. Is it possible to just violate those news? Regenerate? Why it's syncing? I removed. Okay, it doesn't know how to remove syncing. Okay, let's see. And still, we don't have end result from deep research. Now 24 seconds. Google new generative AI model redefine creativity and automation. Let's see some short link. It's much more promising. Generative AI Labs, Google latest success, August 9, 2024. Oh. 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 That news is better. So it's provide even short links to something. So probably it's find some cool website, but it's a link to the same news over and over, and it's from August 7 or 9 last year. Grok. What about the same question? But will you be able to answer if I click deep search? Let's just try. It should do quicker deep search than ChatGPT, but maybe it would be better, or at least similar. OpenAI released GPT 4.5, largest and most powerful LLM yet, of course. Anthropic debuts Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Yes, but it's not very new news. I mean, it's week old, but not days old. Google DeepMind's AI co-scientist accelerate scientific discoveries. Again, it's two weeks old news, not last. But I like number of links, and it looks like proper links, because when I hover them, it show me all the details. So most probably, if I click Alexa Plus, yes, Alibaba open source powerful generative models. When 2.1, we already tried. Even on my laptop, it struggles, but it produced some results. And I've installed the less dependent 1.4 billion parameter model, not 14 billion parameter model. And I've generated some small video of romantic developer. Each of these developments highlight rapid technical progress AI during the first day of March. Actually, during the last day of February, not first day of March. Thank you, ChatGPT, with deep research option turned on. Probably it was O3, not GPT 4.5 as it stated. And anything new here? It seems likely AI news includes significant models. Okay. Oh, is it key? It's key points. Recent. So, do we have anything like a list? Detailed summary. Grok 3 release, February 17. Anthropic 24. South Korea ban DeepSeek downloads, February 17. Stupid decision, by the way. Okay. So let's hope there are no news which we missed today. Of course, there are a lot of news which emerge every day, but so hopefully we haven't missed anything really important, and we can return to our WSL project, basically our project opened in WSL just because we want to support. It's in Claude. Let's go to our Claude and let's say what we receive. I haven't noticed initially. I've set bigger font, but looks like it cannot find Arial font on this machine. Is there any more universal font, or it could be a different issue? So let's finish thumbnail generation for us using Claude Code. Yeah. Marinating. I like this word. Due to font size and configuration, let's modify the font handling to use a more universally available system font. Deja vu sans overlay opacity. It's changed. It's fixed them back to 0.8. Okay. Okay, it understands that the version of file and what it doing? It's trying to call Python main config folder generic thumbnail here. Okay, let's allow it to process it. And I'll do another sip of coffee. Okay. It looks like it was able to find them. Okay. Probably it couldn't find that phone, correct? Oh, context low. You see, even in such small project, it's already low. Being generated with the text overlay, the log confirms using deja vus. Okay, it's finding text. Okay, it successfully generated photo thumbnails. Okay. Let's check. And we can click on the thumbnails. Who is win? Oh, really? Maybe the first image for some reason is still with very small font size, or it just, oh no, the first image as well looks like this. So looks like it's just some cached version. Yeah, now it's not cached. Bear with B, who wins? Uh, I like it, except let's go and do our thumbnail config. Okay, let's do it like 150. And let's ask about text positioning. Which are the text positioning is supported, like bottom center? It's doing something like affecting. Oh, so it add more positions now. You see, it's not only top, center, and bottom. It's add top, top left, top center, top right, center, 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 and top, center, 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 middle, center, bottom, center. Oh, I see. It's now created two positions. No. So it's created now several positions. Basically, text position, bottom center. Okay, it want to test it. Let's test it. And let's see once again. If position is in top, top, low, top, left, top, top, left, top, center, top, right, center, center, left, center, 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 right, middle, middle, left, middle, center, middle, right, bottom, bottom, left, bottom, center, bottom, right. So basically it supports center, center, or middle, center. And it also supports center, right, or middle, right. Okay, so it supports now multiple positions. Added support for more text position. Yeah, it's all the now supported position. Center the text horizontally, create more professional balanced appearance. Okay, okay. We already spent $5 in this session. Got it, thanks. It's nice, it's, yeah, talking to us about it. Because we could be so so we have option for thumbnail now. Is it good? I don't know. At least it's something. What else we have? Overlay opacity, text position, max candidates, frame selection method, font color. Let's make it slightly reddish. And probably we can go and try to generate it ourselves like before. Python main generate thumbnail and video folder. So OpenCV couldn't open the code that video, but other method with FFmpeg could. So let's go here and update everything. Oh, actually, it's just color of the text, not of the overlay. Oh, font color, I see. And overlay opacity. What if we do 0.5? Let's do middle center. And let's test it once again. And probably it would be a thing we could commit. It could commit. Let's refresh. Maybe you know what? Let's do compact. So what it suggests us to do, just to make context available again. Could be text centered in both lines if there are more than one line. So we just ask a question, it loads the file thumbnail generator and thinks about it. So image draw overlay, image size, append position, poo 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 poo. Oh, updated. Let's check. Let's check. We have opened our terminal and we just execute the same command once again. OpenCV failed. And let's refresh. Okay, we can refresh. You know, it looks cool. It looks cool. So let's see if we can work with README. Oh, it's my chatbot. It's my... What is that? Okay. Let's go where we are. Here. Nice. Thank you. You previously overwritten readme md in a local Python folder because you've created readme in uppercase. Can you revert your change and add all the details about the new code and functionality to alt readme md in that folder? Let's see if it can handle such task. So it looking at readme at so let's see what's going on. We are talking about that readme file. Now we have two readme file. One readme which is have created, and that is readme which was created before. It can so many lines. So at least it restored that file probably, yeah. So it just added that file. Let's show that as list. So we don't need config and videos. And we still don't see all readme file, correct? Okay, now we see it. Nice. So it's added smart thumbnail generation. It's added some new libraries. Thumbnail config replace. Okay, it just rewritten here something. Okay. Removed some extra lines. Generate thumbnails. OpenAI's, of course. And thumbnail generator again did some description of it. Nice. Nice. Is it ended? Delete. Yes. And it's removing alt. I mean, generated before readme MD with. Okay, I updated readme with thumbnail generation information. The changes include added generate thumbnails to the list of capabilities, added option for downloading full video in the flexible download section, added new section 11 for smart thumbnail. Of course. Cool. So overall cost for all of those for us it's about $6, but we work with that about 3 hours for now. So basically it cost us about $2 an hour. In worst case it would be $3 an hour. Yes. Not so much, actually, not so much. Are we productive with it? Of course, because I don't imagine myself doing at least code in thumbnail generation. It would cost me so much doing all that calculations, etc. Of course, I could rewrite it using ChatGPT or something, but it also very cool. So, of course, videos we will not add. For configurations, thumbnail config, bottom and everything, AI bot, DeepSeek, generic. Okay, let's add it, Llama and shorts. Let's edit. Next, videos. We will not edit downloader. Downloader config. Okay. Main thumbnail generator, of course. Add prompt processor. Okay. Readme MD. Nice requirements. Nice. Thumbnail generator, yes. Utilities, we added new method, which basically very generic. Git ignore, of course. Cloud, let's add recommendation, of course. So added thumbnail generation functionality, and let's commit push. Oh, really? So we enable to read. Let's do once again. Open git log. Okay. Let's start with user email. Let's go to terminal. Bash looks good. And it would be somewhere in your mail. Let's go here. So many emails, mostly from New York Times. Google, Microsoft, Azure Dev. Okay. It's in Visual Studio Code. We just need to replace email with our email and set that. And let's go to our terminal once again. And let's see here. Oh, really? Let's call it romantic dev. Okay, and if we do another commit and push, allow, romantic dev, sign in. Oh, romantic dev, continue, authorize, open, and it's doing commit. Cool. Welcome to Copilot. What if I want to use different account? Probably I need to use, yeah. Copilot edits. Okay, anyway. So we committed our changes. Let's close it and let's go here. So it's in our Windows machine. It's Visual Studio Code. Of course, I could just reopen different folder, but I want to do it's like from here. So what we have here? We have here a lot of things, but there are no thumbnail generator yet. And we don't have any our local changes except live transcriber, which now support turbo model. Okay, let's pull changes from our repository. Let's review the changes we have. So now we have thumbnail generation, we have Cloud MD, we have recommendation MD. So looks like we received everything we want. So let's execute Python main py. Let's see if it allows us to use. Oh, probably we know. Yes, we need to install the dependencies. Pip install requirements text. We need to install our requirements just to be able to execute most recent version. Basically, we install an OpenCV Python, which most probably will fail because it failed before in Ubuntu. Maybe it will work in Windows. I don't know. It should work. It's working somewhere, right? And we downgrading number of NumPy to support with some other version somewhere. Okay. And let's just call Python main py and see if it will work. Okay, we can now generate thumbnail. And let's call full process. And which thumbnail we want to generate. We already have those video. Oh, let's look for egg. It's 8 minutes, not a super long. So let's copy link. Let's return. Let's return to our folder and providing that link here. Let's see what will happen. So our program read all the configurations. Oh no. Let me interrupt it before I do anything else. And let's say main full process. Let's use config folder. Why we need that? Because in our configuration, in our config folder, generic Azure, we don't have files which are latest. So we don't have in LLM config download video true, and we don't have download thumbnail config txt. So let's use generic folder. So it would be configurations generic. Configurations generic and link. Let's see how it will behave now. Of course, we can create all those configs in my generic Azure, which I use. Oh, really? Unrecognized. Okay. That happened because I need to specify config folder before command. So full process would be here. Yeah, we need to implement next recommendation from Claude, like graphical user interface. But we already doing that in our web. Yeah. Okay. Downloading, and this time we downloading with video. So we should be able to. So in that case, we transforming the video into the audio with in OGG format, because yeah, it's taking slightly more time because we're doing it's not from just clean audio but audio plus video, and we did it with speed, if I'm not mistaken, 35x, which means we do 1 second of audio with speed, okay, in 1 second to generate 1 second of, oh really, to generate 35 seconds of audio from input file. We 35x. So if total length of file is like 1 hour, we'll process it with only in 2 minutes. Divide 1 hour 30 minutes, divide 30 on 35, it will be slightly less than 2 minutes. Now we improving transcript. So let's see, it downloaded video into the egg, a short story. Probably it's network, and that is our local machine videos. Let's do it by date modified in different order, the egg, a short story. So it's everything our tool has generated. File detail with details. It's already generated nice description for that video. It generates chapters, it generates keywords, it generates summary, and even title. And now it generated even a thumbnail. And what it should do now, it should generate thumbnails folder here. Let's see if it's successful or not. So, okay, using thumbnail prompt, unlocking the secrets of reincarnation, using a default font, generated for thumbnails. Let's see thumbnails. Okay, nice images, and you see thumbnails are actually generated, but we need to specify different font because it couldn't find that font, and that's why it generated thumbnails like here, that. Unlocking the secret of reincarnation. And for some reason it didn't use the font. Let's see our output. So it used default font. Let's go here and font size. Let's return it back to Arial. Nice. And let's now we execute not full process, but we execute, let's see, thumbnail generation. Just to make sure that we put it right, we need to go to main, and in arguments we could just look about for generate thumbnail, of course, and folder. And for folder we can go here and just copy that folder. It will find our video file here, and it should generate thumbnail from here. So it's loading all the models, and it looks like it was able to use OpenCV library to extract those frames. Yeah, it took some time. It's taken some time to extract those video frames. Maybe FFmpeg not as bad, because I believe FFmpeg will do that operation much faster. Still using a default font. And why it couldn't use not default font? Let's look at thumbnail generation. And it's here. Extract frames. Score frame, select best frame. Okay, here, using is not available. And using a font with size. Can we try font lower default? We still can try to use the size even for default font. And what's going on with Arial? Okay, and let's come here and video files, video file, video path frames, extract video frames. And here extract frames OpenCV. Oh, what if we try to I'll do the ugly hack for now, just to see if it will work faster. Again, let's look in our generic thumbnail config Arial. Do we have anything here? What are the good font name for thumbnails in Windows? Really? Compiled code base? And please. Oh, I have more preview available now. Cloud 3.7 Sonnet in syncing mode. Let's try in 3 point Sonnet. Oh, I need to restart everything. Okay. Let's use impact. Yeah, let's use impact. Okay, moment of truth. Let's try to generate thumbnail once again. Let's see if we can just try that thing. If we can remove thumbnail text and see what's happened. And thumbnail prompt text. And start. Open everything, load everything, of course. Probably we need to initialize OpenAI client only once. Yeah, we don't need to initialize it all for every our class, but we're doing that. But and now we should use FFmpeg to extract it. Oh, thumbnail generator, extract frames FFmpeg, and it's create temporary dir, duration, run some process. And in that some process we will execute 4 commands, or maybe 10 position, maybe more. While is impact is not available. Let's review those thumbnails. Title, transcript. Click to watch. Of course, we removed generated thumbnails, and it's not part of thumbnail generation, it's part of generate prompts. Okay, let's do operation which we called process prompts. So it will create a thumbnail prompt. We will create new version of all other prompts. But you see, we created thumbnail prompt txt as well. So now in here we have thumbnail prompt txt. Unlocking the again the same prompt. Titles are much more engaging, you see. Okay. And description also is pretty awesome. I like description one better because it with icons. Okay. Now let's execute generate thumbnail, but before that, let's ask here thumbnail generator. And we selecting get thumbnail text, enumerate, add text overlay. Why impact font is throwing exception here in Windows machine. Oh, Otremini. I choose cloud. Okay, it's different, yes. Font. Load default true type, in fact. So let's try instead of impact writing like that. Yes? Let's try. Let's see. Load config and invalid. Okay, we need to escape those characters. And let's see how long it generated. So 0, 350, 0, 450. So 1 minute. It generated thumbnails, 10 thumbnails in the temporary folder for 1 minute. And then we choose 4 best. And then we added overlay text over it. So 23:10, we should be good. We should be good. Using font. Okay, now it's working. Interesting, interesting. Let's review what we received. Thumbnails, unlocking the secrets of reincarnation. Okay. Let's make it really black. Okay, we make it really white, I'm sorry. And let's make 200. And let's, it would be bottom center. The last try. So we need to wait another 30 seconds. To see the end result. Bam. And we refresh. Oh, we already see. So that looks interesting. Unlocking the secrets of reincarnation. Okay. What if we will specify here looks like a different format. Yes, it's like JSON. Let's quickly review how it's loaded. That file self-config and config load config thumbnail config JSON loads. I see. Okay. Not exactly like we asked, but okay. So we can put something like font how to use in Ubuntu, and let's just look something like from Alama. No. Shorts. Hmm. Okay, we can use something like that. It will not break structure of JSON. It will add some non-existent parameter. Of course, we need to unify all of those. But yeah, right now it's quite cool. Okay, let's remove that line we added for testing. Minor changes to thumbnail generation and live transcriber switched to turbo model. Okay, we can also let's stage everything from us, and let's, oh no. Okay, let's sync changes. Okay, I did something wrong. Uh, accept all current. Accept all current. Yes. Staged. Okay, that one is good. And that one, we just need to say that we want to okay. Okay. We have unmerged somewhere. And where I have merge conflicts. Show command failed because the top of your current is behind. So we need to pull, and I couldn't pull because unmerged files. I created myself some some problems. Let's review very quickly what we have in our repo, just to make sure that we are in good shape. So let's go to configurations, generic, thumbnail config. Here exactly what we want, impact TTF as font, and we can replace it with Deja Vu. Nice. And what about in thumbnail generator? And we looking at font creation. We create font, and if not, yeah, look, everything looks legit. And what is actually we can review the history. Okay, it was a big commit, and live transcriber history, minor change. Oh, I see. I see. It's happened not because of I committed minor change, because I misclicked and say commit amend. But yeah, everything resolved right now. Smart thumbnail generation. Nice. And how to generate thumbnail and thumbnail generation. Okay, looks good. So I believe we created a nice feature, thumbnail generator in Linux, in Ubuntu. We spent for that about $6, $5.89. It worked about 20 minutes, and our total session was about 37 hours. Of course, multiple of those hours we were sleepy and not here. And our thumbnail generator work nice on both platforms, on Ubuntu and in Windows. As well, we checked how our tools work in Ubuntu, which also is nice. Okay, so I believe that was a good result. We can return to main screen and do a quick short summary. First, we reviewed that there are no urgent AI news and field of artificial intelligence. Also, we finished our work with Claude Code for thumbnail generation. It's not super simple task. Of course, our solution is not, even if we call it smart, it's not super smart. You can specify location and it will generate thumbnail text. Of course, it will generate based on summary of your video. So it would be smart. And you can specify location and font size, etc. Some colors for font, for example. But it will not choose, for example, the best location for font on the image, etc., etc. It would be nice to try, but yeah, right now it just use your configured location, and it generate you some number of thumbnails with exactly the same text on each and every thumbnail, and you can use it as is. Probably, of course, we can make it even more smarter, like generate thumbnail without text and then add like 3 options of text on each thumbnail and generate a lot of thumbnails total. Maybe it would be more smarter, and then we can try to add even thumbnails in some place, or even use some models with image generation capabilities like DALL-E, just to inject proper text in proper place of thumbnail, maybe even improve the thumbnail somehow with some nice features. So all of that could be done in the future if anyone is interested in that, of course. Right now, we just completed our experiments with Claude Code. It's cool model. It's, I mean, Sonnet 3.7, of course, it's very cool model. But Claude Code, I'd say it's not very... So it's slightly pricey, I'd say, because we spent $6 $6 on that task, and our code base is not huge. I mean, it's just some tool, and it's worked mostly with one file, thumbnail generator. It's updated README, and it's insert very small code into main.py and download, just to add download video capabilities. But it was was quick and small, and it's $6. So for bigger project, most probably it will cost you even more, because it need to understand much more code, and if there are a lot of dependencies, it's need work longer, and probably will hit like $10 an hour easily. So you can expect about $100 a day if you work, of course, 10 hours a day, or close to 10 hours. It's much more than other models like Dave or so, $500 a month. Of course, we couldn't compare it with all other models, like with ChatGPT. ChatGPT doesn't have agentic solution for developing. They have agentic solution for browser work, like operator, and of course you can build your own agentic solution or use it in other solutions where you can configure the models. But yeah, right now I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. Probably we can do the similar things with Copilot. Copilot in Visual Studio, you see it supports a big variety of models. Some of them are in preview, so most probably you will not be able to use them. But everything in preview will come to public very soon right now, because we see that the speed of changes are very, very big. So anyway, I congratulate Anthropic with Cloud Code. It was cool for sure, and probably I'll give it a few more tries with the other projects, and if I'll see something incredible, I'll let you know. For now, I believe the test is over. The news are over for today, so I wish you a great time of your day, and yeah, as red line crossing all my streams, I'll wish you wisdom. I wish you to feel love and to enjoy this life, to see the miracles of this life, and to select kindness, wisdom, and love rather than other things in this life. Try not to hurt people and create something beautiful which could bring some value to you and to your loved ones, which will not hurt by people but will help people. So it's my message, and I believe that's it for today. You can always leave me a messages or comments below the stream once it finished, below any stream if you find, and we can start with them next stream. That's it. See you. Goodbye.